Well, hi guys, Sandy here. I'm just now getting to the project. One of them I had cut out a couple of videos back, but I didn't have time to get to it. I'm going to do it up now. What I did was cut a 2x4, or I took a 2x4 and I cut one at 6 inches tall, one at 5.5, one at 4, and one at 9. Now in Silhouette Studio, I found the images that I wanted, and I sized my blocks and the images according to the blocks, and I'm going to cut this stencil. Well, there's 4 stencils. I'm going to cut that out with my Cameo. And while that's going to be cutting, I'm going to go and I'm going to paint all my blocks a dark navy blue. Okay, I have them all coated with this apple barrel English navy, and I cut the design out in my Silhouette Studio, and I didn't even bother putting it on a transfer paper. I just pulled it off like that and put them on there because it was simple silhouettes. And I have some Waverly chalk paint and plaster, and I've got my sponge, my makeup sponge, and I'm just going to start stenciling them on now. These turn out really pretty. I have a set for myself, and I put them out every year, and they look so pretty. So this is what I'm going to be doing, and I'm not going to have you sit here and watch me stencil this whole thing. It's simple and easy. I'm going to finish them up and come back and show you how they look. All right, here they are finished. It's just a very simple, easy project, and you can do it in any color you want. You could do the white background with the black silhouettes, or black background with white silhouettes, but I did choose the dark navy color. And you don't need a Cameo to do these. You could cut your blocks and, get you a pattern offline and trace them on there and hand paint them on. Very simple, easy project, and it turns out really nice. Okay, I went out to the garage and I found this piece of cedar, and it's not good enough to really make a tray with or anything, but I want to use it up, and it has kind of a curve up at the top. It is slanted down. And I found another little piece of thin board and cut it for the brim. And I needed a mustache, so I went to my Silhouette Studio and found a Santa and broke it apart and made the mustache. I had cut one out that was a little bit thinner, but I wanted a little chunkier mustache, so I kind of enlarged it or pulled it down a little bit, made it a little thicker, and cut it out, and I like the way that one looks. And this board is 5.5 inches wide and 26 inches long. So I'm going to take this out to the garage and sand it down and start painting on it. Okay, I found a little scrap of thin wood, and that's what I'm going to use to cut the mustache out with. I'll cut it with the scroll saw. Okay, while I was out there cutting the mustache, I had a little bit of wood left, and I thought, well, he needs some eyebrows. So they're not uniform, they're not the same size, but that's okay because he's Santa. Anyways, then I came back in and I was going through my wood stash, trying to find something for his nose, and I believe this larger one looks better than the small one. Let's see, for the nose. Yeah, I like the larger one. Then I'm going to have to figure out whether I'm going to paint his eyes on, or I can find some little disc or something. But I'm going to start painting him now, and then I'll figure out towards the end when he needs his eyes, I'll figure out what I'm going to do with that. Well, I was going to start painting, but the eyes were really bugging me, so I found this spindle. I wished it hadn't had the ridges in it, but I didn't have one small enough around. So I took it out to the miter saw and cut off some little thin slices. So I think that's going to work. I think that will look alright. If it doesn't, towards the end, I'll come up with something else. I don't know. I'll find something. Well, I decided before I started painting with the colors, I would put a coat of the Waverly Antiquing Wax watered down, and I did it with the brim and the top part. I didn't do the sides or anything, just the top. So now I'm going to let that dry before I start painting. I sure hope he starts looking better. He looks kind of funny right now. But I used Americana Santa Red on the hat and just the Waverly plaster on the rest of his body. And now I'm going to do the face in Delta Coat acrylic paint. So it's called the Flesh. But on the red, I just gave it one coat because I want it to look kind of rustic, and just one coat with the plaster, and I didn't cover everything. The same with the brim of the hat, and then there's the mustache and the eyebrows, and I haven't done anything with the eyes yet, but that's where I'm at on this project. And it won't take long after I get the face done, the flesh color on, I should be able to start putting it together and decorating, doing the finishing touches on it, the fun part. Well, I have the basics part of it painted, and I took my little finger sander and kind of sanded the edges. I haven't done this yet, but now I'm taking this, what is it, Distress ink, the walnut color, and just distressing it a little more. Because like I said, I want it to make it kind of look vintagey. Vintagey, is that a word? Anyways, as you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I really need to distress my edges too on that. So I'll move that. And just kind of work on that just a bit. Okay, because I'll go around the edges too with the walnut stain or ink. Okay, now I need something to wipe it down with. That looks good. Now I'll go around that with the edges. Okay. Get up here on the hat part. Drop something. Okay. All right, that's that. I think I dropped an eye. Oh no, there's up there. Oh, I dropped my sander. Okay, I'm finished with that. Now I'm going to start gluing everything down. And I'll be back. Okay, I need to see where my cheeks are going to be. Well, nose. That's what I need, is a nose. I'll go ahead and put a little something on his nose. Not too sure I'm fond of this brush. Okay, I'd say eyes. Where's my eyes? There's one. And I'm not too sure I'm going to use these yet, but I'm trying them. Okay, cheeks are probably right in here. Okay. I think I'll cover. Okay, I think those eyes are going to work. I think that's going to work. Right, there's the cheeks. Was I in frame? Now I'll start gluing them all down because I forgot to put the cheeks and the nose. Still not liking that. Okay. Pull this down a bit. Conk it that way. Alright, ready to start gluing stuff down and then embellishing. Right there. That looks good. I put E6000. Well, I think I'll put his eyes on first. I wonder if I need to come down. Well, I've got it almost finished. I've got everything glued together, and I sealed it with the Krylon matte finish. And I decided it needed a little something up here, so I went and cut out a little round piece and painted it, and I've glued that on. And I put some little rusty stars on his beard part. Cat? No. Callie. And I made up a bow with some jingle bells on it. Oh, I really didn't want her to hear that. Just stay where you're at, Cat. And I took just some of those picks, you know, you get in a package, put them together, stuck some berries down in it, a pine cone, and some other little pine cones. And now I'm going to put that, I think, about right there. Let's see, and this will go, I need that to kind of go off to the side, so it's not hanging right directly in his face. Okay, I'm trying to see. Yeah, about like that. I'm going to do it with hot glue. Oh, lovely. Don't you mess with it, Callie. What do you got in your... You got, you got glue strings in your hair. Okay. I need a glue stick. Am I organized? And where did I stick them? I put them where I could find them. Okay, I found my glue sticks. I thought I put them somewhere, and I put them somewhere else. Make sure that's on there good. Okay, and this bow right in there. There. I think it's finished, so I'll go hang it up, and I'm going to see what it looks like. Alright, here it is finished. I think it turned out pretty cute. I like the little rusty stars on the beard. And I think the floral piece looks good on it with the rusty bells and one star. I'm glad I added the eyebrows to it. And at the last moment went out and cut me a round piece to put up there on the top of his hat. Alright guys, that's the end of this video, so until the next one, we'll see you later.